Hi there, this is Jinkus. This is a short tutorial on how to use artillery. It's quite simple. So, well, first, what do you need to use artillery? You're going to need map tools and a range table, specifically the artillery kind. Big surprise. These are the only two things you need in order to operate either of these. So, let's step in the gunner seat and get started. Now let's imagine our target is this hospital. So, someone's called it in, they've added a mark that I can see. They're like, call some artillery right here, you hurry up. Well, this is quite simple. The first thing we need to do is get our map tools out. So you'd go Ace Interact, Map Tools, and get them out. Just as simple as that. Select Map Tools. Now how this works is you place it over your current position, see, right in the center, and you can now freely hold Alt and then left click to rotate the compass. So in this case, it's quite an easy mark. As you can see, we just drop it there. I accidentally teleported myself. Let me not do that. So it will rotate these red lines. You want to intersect it with your target. It's very simple. This is the azimuth. This is the bearing. It's much easier to use azimuth. So 100, 200, 300. That's the azimuth. So let's right click to aim in. On the bottom right, you can see AZ, as it said. Well, we already know it's 300. Let's aim to roughly 300. Done. Simple as that. 100, 200, 300. Next is the range. So, first of all, we can use the map tools once again. You can see that this line intersects with this one. There's a position. So, this is a kilometer, right? It's 1,000 meters. 1,000. And we're going to stop like right here, right? So this we can... Whoa! Oh, that's right. I remember that. We can stop right here. So what's that? 1,500 meters, 1,600 meters, 1,700 meters. And that's roughly where the target is. It might be slightly less. Let's not worry about that right now. So, now that we know the range, we're going to open up our artillery range table. Now forget about that. That's only because another artillery gun is right next to me. It'll probably just be the one you're on. So open it up. This is quite simple as well. Short range, longer range, longer range, longer range, longer range. Far, you know, it's short range to long range. That's all charge means. So we want to find our range. That's too short. Our range is 1,700, remember? There it is. Range 1,700. So then, the only other thing we need to see is elevation. What's the elevation of 1,700? 1137. Don't worry about any of this. You don't need to see that right now. This is a casual tutorial. So 1117. So you press page up and page down to change the elevation of the artillery. And you see on the bottom right, we are now on 1117. Let's fire around, shall we? So this will miss. I'll tell you why in a minute. See, I missed by quite a bit, right? So that's because we were on charge 0. You have to press F to change to charge 3. That's longer range, remember? There we go. So this will miss as well, and I'll tell you why once it lands. If we go into the range table again, you'll see time of flight, 27 seconds. You don't need to know that. That's just a cool detail you might want to radio to your spotters, who are crucial. Yes, there are enemies here. Let's see why it misses. Went very long, right? Why is that? Because we're higher than the target It's common sense. Imagine standing on a hill, throwing a rock directly in front of you. It's going to go further than if you're on flat terrain, because you are higher. It's just basic physics. So all we need to do is raise the elevation slightly to reduce our range. Let's raise it a bit. Let's just fire a heap of rounds. Let's do something called dispersion, which is where you change the azimuth slightly. So you're just moving the mouse left and right slightly, changing the elevation slightly. This is probably a bit too much dispersion, but for this target. But there you go. That's all our rounds depleted. Now let's see what happens. Now you can't do any of this without a spotter. It's just impossible. That's why these guys are here. So you can see we incapacitated one guy, 2 guys, 3 guys. They were a bit long, as you can see. Hit another guy. These guys are garrisons, so they're very protected. Really, you'd want to hit right here, so the shrapnel would fly into the building. You don't want to hit the building. So it was a bit long still, and the spotters would tell us that. What would they say? They'd say the rounds were a bit long, a bit too far north is the better way to describe it. There you go, that's basically it. It's very simple. Let's say the second target's here. I don't know if I'll get time. You just change the azimuth to 200. There you go. Obviously the range would be a little different. It's, let's see, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. So that's 2,000 meters. It's about, 20, it's in the middle here. So just go 2200 and you'd go up a little bit. Oh yeah, I didn't explain why. Oh yeah, I did. Never mind. Alright, I think that concludes the tutorial. It's super simple. So until next time.